Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Profanatica. This is an old school United States black metal band. I've never ever listened to Profanatica, but I'm very excited to jump into this band. So if you don't know, this band is playing at the Dead by Dog Festival in June 2025, and I have the opportunity to see them. So I will be, interviewing Paul Ledney from Profanatica and kind of doing a little deep dive later in the year next year. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, this is my first introduction. Now, Paul and I got into contact and he recommended me their EP, Altar of the Virgin Whore, to review on the channel today. So I have been doing some research, catching up on some J-Dog interviews of Paul Ledney, and I think he looks like a really cool dude. So I'm excited to officially meet you and do an interview with you. But yeah, I don't know what to expect because Paul himself said that this band, he wanted to do something that was like evil and had tits and ass. Those are his words, not mine. So I did appreciate the big beauty titty committee girl on the cover of this EP. I think that's great. I'm here for it because who doesn't like boobs? Okay. I'm expecting something to be evil, dark, raw, heavy, and just blow me away. So like I said, this is going to be the Altar of a Virgin Whore EP we're going to be listening to from 2018. And yeah, I'm here to take you along with me. So without further ado, let's go and listen to it. I'm excited to listen to this. I don't really know what to expect. But I also wore my incantation t-shirt because upon literally watching the interviews, I had no idea that Paul was also an OG member of Incantation. He said that he was on like one of their first live albums. That's amazing, okay? Paul, I don't know if you know this, but I did take a picture with John at a show. He's taken a lot of pictures with a lot of fans, so like I'm not that special, but that was cool. And then also I didn't know that Will Raymer from Mortician was freaking in Incantation a little bit too. So like, oh, I should probably like blur her out. YouTube doesn't like that. She doesn't like that flag, but yeah, we'll blur her out. We'll blur her out a little bit. But yeah, I had no idea that Will Raymer was also in the band. So that's really cool. Yeah, let's go listen to this. I just got through listening to the first half of the EP, and so the last song we ended on was called Crucifixion Wounds. This is a really short EP, by the way. It's like 8 songs, just under 20 minutes, but I am a little like overwhelmed, but I'm enjoying the sound because like black metal I don't have a lot of experience with. It's really like Immortal and then Black Braid, who some, and then there are some like, Mayhem and Burzum is also like for European. But I'm really liking the sound. What I have noticed is I really love how heavy and evil this record is sounding, and just in the production, it's so raw and it's so heavy, and Paul's vocals literally are so gurgly and evil. And the first thing I noticed, because I'm also working on like a Harry Potter video, which you'll see for Christmas, but I know, pros are shit, but I like the first thing I was thinking of is his voice sounds like what the Dementors I feel like would sound like if they could talk. Like it's just so evil and gurgly, and like, or like what Nosferatu would sound like. It's something like that, like very much a creepy, eerie inhuman creature. And I think that that's probably what he would be going for. I also think the drums sound amazing on this record. Now, from my understanding, Paul is also the drummer as well as the vocalist. So he, I mean, the drums just sound amazing. There's so much reverb on there, and it almost sounds like there's kind of this muffled padding or some sort of sound effect over his drums that give it this almost muffled, yeah, it's like some sort of muffled sound effect, but I like it. It gives it this like woodshed vibe, so it's like a ton of reverb on there, but then with the muffledness, it makes it just sound very cool and very unique. I think the drums sound awesome, and heavy reverb on the vocals. You get a lot of the woodshed vibes, which are very, you know, reminiscent of, you know, old school. I mean, it is an old school black metal band, but that's what you would expect with black metal, right? Is it's just got that raw woodshed vibe to it. So you do get that. And yeah, I like it. I'm trying to pinpoint the difference between what this sounds like and what my experience is with like the European black metal sound. I'm trying to see if there's any differences. If you know of any differences, like let me know down below in the comments, like what sonically is different between like what the old school European black metal bands do and what the US old school black metal. I should do like a whole video on it just so I have the reference myself, because I'm trying to figure out if I notice anything different. But yeah, I also really like the lyrics for Crucifixion Wound. I think they're hilarious, especially after watching the J-Dog interview with Paul and like knowing his personality and how like funny he is. Like reading the lyrics, it's just, they're just funny. They're funny. I can't really take them seriously. I don't know if he's like purposely trying to have them be serious, but it almost like, to me, it reads almost like this kid trying to be edgy in like the best way possible. Not trying to like bash you, but knowing like his personality and the goofiness of him in the interviews, I just like, in all caps, like asshole. It kind of makes me think of like a kid who like got in trouble like from his parents, and he's like grounded in his room and he's just like screaming out curse words. Like, I like it. Bleeding from the ass. But it's exactly like what he said in the interview. It's evil and it's heavy, tits and ass. Like that's the vibe he's going for, and that's the vibe you get with this. So I like it. I don't own the physical copy of this, so I'm really going off of like one like group recording on YouTube, and then Metal Archives doesn't have, I'm having trouble finding lyrics for anything. So Crucifixion Wounds is like the only one with lyrics. So everything else is, you know, no lyrics, but that's okay. That's okay. So let's keep going. The next song we have is Thorn King. So let's go. Okay, so let's talk about Altar of the Virgin Horror from Profanatica. Finally, just finished it. Like I said, this isn't a long EP. This is, you know, just 8 songs, 20 minutes. Ma'am, excuse me, okay? I'm trying to do a review. I need you to go. Scoot. So as I said, this isn't a very long EP. It's very, very easy to listen to, I guess you could say. It's a very easy to listen to EP. It's short and snappy, and you can get through it pretty quickly. Now, aside from all the things that I mentioned, I forgot to say that this sonically reminds me a lot of old school Mortician, like their House by the Cemetery and Zombie Apocalypse EPs. Like those EPs I absolutely love because they're just so raw in their heaviness, and they're almost like blown out with how heavy and just deep the bass and the guitar tone is, and it's just really an album that you need to experience in big speakers like this so that you can really hear everything else along with the low end. It balances out the massive low end, and you get that kind of vibe with this EP. It's really nice. I mean, I love blown out low end type of stuff. I'm big on gore grind. I'm big on the grindcore. So that is something that I really like about this EP. The other thing I like about it is that it's very short and sweet. The songs do not overstay their welcome. This EP specifically is not giving me the classic drawn out, 7-minute long black metal snoozers that you sometimes get. Okay. Now, I am not saying I don't like that stuff, but sometimes they just overdo it and it's whatever. Now, black metal for me is something that's very chill. I mean, this is an EP I can see myself coming back to regularly for like a Sunday afternoon listen. Like that's how far I've come in this metal journey, is like this brutal shit is like, yeah, this is chill music I can vibe to, for a rainy day or, cooking breakfast. Like, that's how I see myself coming back to this album. It's super chill and evil sounding. I mean, it's great. I really, really love, again, how blown out the songs are. It's easy to listen to. There's also an amazing instrumental track, which it's called He Is Risen. Fire. Paul, I love how the entire rest of the record is, blast beats and this raw sound and your vocals just doing, because I don't have the lyrics, it just sounds like, like just all these eerie sounds, and I love it. But then I love how you close the EP, because it's just this super in the pocket, like halftime, just like groovy. It's just, you let the notes hang out too, so they just ring out, and it's such a nice way to end the record. It's a perfect closer. Instrumental track, like I said, it's about 3 minutes, so I thought that was really great. Other references to grindcore, the reason why it kind of reminds me of that is because all the songs are very, very short. Like the shortest song on here is like a minute long. You have another one that's like a minute and 58 seconds. That's the Crucifixion Wounds one that I listened to. You also have the longest song on here is F the Messiah, which is 3:23, I think. I don't know where my glasses, but you get the point. So short and sweet, and I like it. I like the cover also. Like I said, Paul likes the tits and ass in his metal, and that's why he started Profanatica, and that's what he feels like differs Profanatica from some of the European black metal bands. And you get the boobies on the cover, girl. Like, what else do you want? So it's a brutal sounding album, and it reminds me a lot of like some of the raw and rough recordings, I believe, from Mayhem. There's like a really raw demo, I think. I honestly don't remember the name of it, but we have it on vinyl. I'm too lazy to go and grab it, okay? Don't blame me, okay? But it's like, it's a Mayhem recording, I believe, or a Burzum recording, and it's like absolute chicken shack, like the worst black metal demo we have in our collection, and it's like impossible for me to listen to. That sounds worse than this, but that is what my connection is between the European black metal and this. Do you have to chew your bone? Rusty, why? Why do you always have to chew your bone when I'm sitting here? That's what it reminds me of, though. So if I had to have some sort of like comparison to the European black metal and what I'm listening to with Profanatica, it's that really raw, just evil, raw sound. And obviously that's the point of black metal, but I think I'm just realizing more and more that black metal it's all about just being like anti, good recordings. It's about being evil. It's about being raw. It's about not giving a shit, and I think that that's really cool. I also forgot to mention that I loved the a cappella delivery for the title track. I love how he just says Altar of the Virgin Whore. It's just him and his vocals, and I love that so much. So overall, I think this is a very, very strong EP. I think that it's, you know, it is modern, so there's going to be people that are like, no, like, you should start with like the older stuff because that's his best work. But he suggested that I listen to this, and I really, really liked it. Plus, it's on like tape, vinyl, and cassette. So I think I'm probably going to probably do the vinyl, honestly, because we're not really doing cassettes as much anymore. That's just from having bad luck with some of the tapes. But yeah, I think we'll probably pick up the vinyl, honestly. But I am interested to check out more of Profanatica's. God, I look like I have a mullet. I'm interested to check out more of Profanatica's discography and see like the difference in sound and see how it developed. I know that they took a break too, between like 1992 and then they came back in like 2006 or so and then released Profanatica de Dominatia. Again, don't have my glasses on. So I'm interested to listen to those older albums and see the differences, how they grew, etc. So let me know down below in the comments what you think about Profanatica. What do you think about this EP, Altar of the Virgin Whore? Do you have a favorite album from them? I want to know more information. And thank you so much to Paul for, you know, working with me on this video and letting me know about Altar of the Virgin Whore. And yeah, I look forward to interviewing you, seeing you play live at J-Dog, or the Dead by Dog Festival by J-Dog. So I'll have links to that Dead by Dog Fest if you're interested to go to that. And I'll also have a link to where you can purchase this EP if you're interested in supporting Profanatica. So have an awesome day, and I'll see you later. Bye, you guys. Oh, now you'll stop chewing? Because I'm done with the video? Is that it?